And joining me now to talk more about the protest that greeted Andrew Cuomo in Harlem is the man whose supporters organized the event. Councilman Charles Barron joins us from New York City tonight. Councilman, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Liz.
So why was it that you organized that protest? There were some people there who were carrying signs that said, Cuomo Palladino, different name, same game. That's a pretty interesting statement.
Well, absolutely, and plus I didn't organize it. People called me up from Harlem and said they were outraged that he had the audacity, the nerve, to come up to Harlem 36 days, Liz, before the election to finally meet and greet the Harlem community, and he came with no agenda, no plan, and people were outraged. So they came out, some were part of the Freedom Party, some were part of the Harlem community, and said that we're not going for the game, the con job, that if you vote for the Freedom Party, we might get Palladino. See, it's disingenuous for him to come to Harlem, and the only thing he has to say is Palladino's a racist, and black leaders are saying, we got to stop Palladino. Everybody knows he's a racist, loose cannon, but also Cuomo is participating in racial benign neglect. He has done nothing for our community over the years. He should have come to Harlem and talked about the 50% black male unemployment. What you gonna do,
okay,
Andrew?
Wait.
He should have talked about the issues of Harlem, not Palladino.
Councilman,
everybody knows he's a racist.
Councilman, what if in November, because you are on the line, the Freedom Party line, you make the difference that lets Carl Palladino get into office?
That's not going to happen. If Carl Palladino gets into office, it's going to be because of Andrew Cuomo and his benign neglect of the black community, his refusing to face you, the media, and tell everybody what he's all about. We're 36 days away. He hasn't done that. It's because he has divided the House of Labor. He's gone against the public service employee unions. They got to freeze their wages. They got to cut back on their pension and health care. He is losing this himself. That's number one. Number two, nobody has our votes in their pockets. Everybody has to earn the votes. And that's what I'm out here to do, to say that I'm a better choice than these two, that I will put some pressure on taxation, progressive taxation of the rich, and take some pressure off working class families and not let them balance the budget off the backs of working class families. They're not going to do that. They're controlled by the corporations. And what is Cuomo talking about? He's going to stop corruption?
Okay, but Councilman,
corruption? He could have done that as AG and he didn't. Asking him to do that is like asking a arsonist to put out fires.
Councilman,
he's not going to do that.
Councilman, to put Palladino and Cuomo in the same sentence and say different name, same game, I mean, you just said yourself Carl Palladino is a racist in your opinion. Then are you saying Andrew Cuomo is a racist?
I'm saying Andrew Cuomo and Carl Palladino have similar policies fiscally. Ask them how are they going to cut spending by 20%. That's what they both said they will do. We know that means service cuts and layoffs. Ask them if they will do a stock transfer tax or a personal income tax surcharge on those making $500,000, $1 million, $10 million and more. They will not. That's the same. Ask them how are they going to deal with the unions. They're going to make the public service unions pay. Both of them say that. So don't be fooled by the personality difference or some of the social issue differences. They have similar fiscal policies. Cuomo is moving the Democratic Party to the right of center, and Palladino's already there. So fiscally, they're very similar.
Okay, but socially, I mean, Andrew Cuomo, as far as we know, has never forwarded any racist emails to anyone.
Big deal. That ain't helping us with no unemployment issues. That's not helping us with gentrification, foreclosure, police brutality, homelessness, healthcare disparities. Email sending is not a resolution for Harlem, Bed-Stuy, East New York. We need some jobs, 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 and we need more equitable distribution of the budget to the needier communities. Cuomo is not addressing that.
Okay.
We're not going to be fooled by emails.
Okay, let me ask you this then. There are people...
Palladino is not an option.
Okay, I get that. So, Councilman, here's the thing. There are people who were with him. The former state comptroller, he's H. Carl McCall, African-American, Cuomo ran against him in 2002. Former city comptroller, Bill Thompson, African-American. He is a co-chair of Cuomo's campaign. I mean, obviously he has some support among at least the echelons of the African-American leadership.
But look who wasn't there. Reverend Al Sharpton wasn't there. Many of the clergy throughout the state were not there. The masses of black people were not there. Grassroots leaders were not there. These are the regulars in his campaign. He hasn't moved beyond that. And they wanted to come to clean up his image, not to bring any substance of an urban agenda to deal with poverty in our neighborhoods. So we're not going to be fooled by a few blacks that are in high positions that's going to push Cuomo without telling us what he's going to do for our communities. He said nothing. He should have taken that opportunity in Harlem to lay out an urban agenda.
Okay.
Don't tell us Paladinos are racist. We already know that.
Okay, but Councilman, I'm not, and we are an upstate show. We have an upstate viewership. We have plenty of urban centers and people of color who live upstate, and I'm not actually hearing you say anything. I'm not hearing you talk to those people.
We said for the state. No, we talked for the whole entire state. We were in Buffalo, speaking to the people of Buffalo. Did you see the violence up there, up in Buffalo? Nothing from Cuomo. We were in Albany. We are looking, I'm going to Rochester, and look what's happening in Rochester. There's problems all over the state in the urban communities. Nothing from Cuomo. He's been missing in action for us over the years. We should be missing in action for he and Palladino on November 2nd and vote for the Freedom Party, so we'll have leverage to make them do the right thing or win and be the governor ourselves.
Well, this is clearly an issue that Andrew Cuomo is trying to address. Carl Palladino is meeting with Latino leaders today, and we will be checking in with you again before the general election. I want to thank you, Councilman, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Liz. Appreciate it.